It's my honor to adjourn today's meeting in memory of Walt Ekard, a beloved leader and public servant who played a crucial role in shaping San Diego County. Walt Ekard passed away on April 25th following a courageous battle with cancer. So whether you knew him personally or not, every resident of San Diego County benefited from his decades of dedicated public service. His leadership shaped this region in profound and lasting ways, and his impact will continue through the countless people he mentored and guided. As Chief Administrative Officer from 1999 to 2012, Walt led the county through some of its most challenging and complex times. He guided this county through periods of economic uncertainty with steady, principled leadership. While other governments faltered, Walt upheld a standard of excellence, fiscal responsibility, and stability that enriched the lives of countless San Diegans. Walt's tenure was grounded in integrity, public trust, and a deep commitment to mentoring the next generation of public servants. He had an extraordinary ability to lead with wisdom and humility, and to support and encourage those around him. Beyond all the conference rooms and the board agendas, he lifted up the spirits with his sense of humor and his steady presence, and yes, even his singing talents. The highlight of the Taxpayers Association Awards was to hear Walt sing. He was great. And he brought humor and joy to that whole event and to everyone around him. The annual Christmas party here at the CAC was not complete without his carols. So if you walk the halls of this building or any number of civic institutions throughout the region, you'll find his fingerprints. You'll meet countless people whose careers he guided, whose potential he nurtured, and whose confidence he helped build. He was generous and thoughtful, and in his counsel, he was candid in his feedback and deeply invested in helping others thrive in service to the public. He helped shape a generation of leaders who carries this example. In 2013, Walt brought his experience to the city of San Diego as their chief operating officer, playing a key role during a critical time. His commitment to public service extended well beyond his official roles. At San Diego State University, he taught public administration, encouraging students to stay curious, to read the news, and bring thoughtfulness to their work. He shared his passion for good governance with students, mentoring and inspiring them to take pride in serving their communities. So Walt's legacy will not just be measured in policies or budgets. It lives on in the people he inspired, the institutions he strengthened, and the values he modeled. He's going to be remembered not only as a trusted leader, but a devoted husband, father, and grandfather. He raised a strong family, and we send our heartfelt thoughts to his wife, Pam, his daughters, Brittany, Megan, and Jessica, and their families, including his 6 cherished grandchildren, Kaylee, Wesley, Reagan, Jacob, Addie, and Brooklyn. Thank you for sharing your husband, father, and grandfather with all of us and the people of this region. Walt lived and led with integrity and courage, and we are better because he was here. When I first got elected to this office, one of my first meetings was with Walt Ekard, and I asked him, Walt, I don't know what I got into here, what should I do? And he told me, he says, just concentrate on the few items you can make a difference in. The county is so vast and large, but go after those items with a vengeance and with passion. And so far, so good. So I appreciate it. But may his memory be a blessing, and may we continue to be guided by this example he set. And may we strive to follow his example, lead with integrity, laugh when you can, and lift others as you go. So, as I already acknowledged, his wife Pam, the 3 daughters are, Pam, raise your hand. Pam is here. Your daughters, 3 daughters, granddaughters, and there's some son-in-laws in there. Is that included as well? You know, we normally don't get the family to show up here, so this is big. Thank you. So Walt Ekard, may he rest in peace. And again, I'd like to pass this off to Joel, Supervisor Anderson.
Thank you, Jim. And you hit so many of my talking points, because whenever I thought of Walt, I thought of an incredible public servant whose career was marked not only by his integrity and leadership, but by heart, humor, and a profound belief in doing what was right. And I just have a quick story to share. But throughout the years, like you said, we'd see him at the Taxpayers Association. And a couple times I had the good fortune of having him at my table. So when people would get up to do something, I'd mosey over to him. And he always had a kind word, but a thoughtful word. And he'd always start off by asking how you were doing. And he'd always try to get you to the next level in your life. Whether you asked for it or not, he was there to support you. And when I first got elected, this is woefully different than my previous job. And while he had been diagnosed, and it was nip and tuck, he made the time to meet me for coffee and mentor me. He went above and beyond. But as I worked here, I found that I was one of thousands. I think that everybody who slowed down long enough to listen to him received mentoring along the way. And I think most of us are going to remember him fondly for his sense of humor and humility. Walt taught us how to face the toughest moments with grace, because he did it throughout his life. I believe Walt's legacy will continue to live on throughout San Diego County, through the people he inspired, the principles he stood for, and the enduring impact of his leadership. Pam and family, I'm so happy you're here. Walt made a big difference in many of our lives. Thank you for sharing them.
Thank you. On behalf of the county family, I'd just like to say a few remarks. Sitting here in this seat that was occupied by the great Walt Ekard for so many years as the former Chief Administrative Officer, I am reminded of the example that he set for so many of us, and the steadfast and dedicated leadership that he built up, not just for our organization here, but for our entire region. So many people in this building, including some of us in this room, were fortunate to have Walt as a colleague, including myself. My thoughts are with his family and his friends and all of those that he influenced throughout his career here in county government and as an educator at San Diego State. His legacy of passionate public service will continue to impact those who live in San Diego County. And Pam, as I told you the other day, and for the rest of your family, on my toughest days, I think of Walt and what he would do and the tremendous influence that he had on us all here in this organization. We thank you for his service, and you have our deepest condolences.